All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the second live session for the 28 Day Success Roadmap for international students who are planning on studying abroad. Okay, now both live on YouTube and Instagram. I see some people tuning in on YouTube. Just to let you guys know on Instagram, whoever follows me, I'm eventually going to shift it back to YouTube. Okay, so if you have joined, I see some of my friends back from Canada joining as well. Hey, Milan, thank you for joining. So cool. Look, I'm tuning into Instagram because obviously this YouTube channel where I'm hosting this, it's a new channel. I'm trying to really build it up where I can post every single day. Obviously, I have my other channel where I have about 32 or 30,000 subscribers, but it's more of a professional channel. I don't post there consistently. However, I don't want to stop adding value to international students' journey because to be honest, I've seen all the YouTubers out there, the type of content they share. It's very depressing. I want to come out here, give you guys real, credible information, which shows you light at the end of the tunnel. That's my whole intention. Okay. Plus, I'm a living IELTS course for you guys. Okay. Whoever's planning on improving their English, you can listen to me. You can try doing your listening test. It may help you. So, you have a lot of benefits tuning into this live session. Plus, not only is this live session going to help students who are planning on studying abroad, but people who are just in their local countries. Like the mindset of education, career development, all that stuff, it just applies everywhere, right? So if you're planning on being successful in your field, you're trying to land jobs within your country, trust me, I can guarantee that if you stick around for the next 28 days with me, I will be able to help you land a job. I'm here. I'll be your personal mentor. I'm not going to teach you how to make millions of dollars. I haven't done that yet. I will one day. Okay. I'll teach you how to make millions when I make it, which I will. But for now, I have mastered the game of international education. I've mastered the game of making amazing content. I've mastered the game of landing jobs back to back with global multinational organizations just like that with not a crazy ton of experience. And I'm going to teach you guys, give you guys the blueprint so that you can stand out and apply all these things to yourself. So again, my name is Z. I'm I'm the host of this 28 Day Success Roadmap. Now you might be thinking, why should you listen to this guy with slick hair who looks like a snake salesman? Well, guess what? I may be a snake salesman, but this hair, it's real. Okay. So if you want to make a comment about my hair, let me know. If you want to tell me how you're feeling today, how you are doing, what's something amazing that happened throughout your day, let me know in the comments. I'm going to try highlighting it. For those of you who join me on YouTube, just say hi. Okay. For those of you who are planning on subscribing to my YouTube channels, I go by the name Z Canada. So all you have to do is ZEE, and then you put in Canada, and then all my channels are going to pop up. I also own a channel which is Beyond the Norm podcast. You can find all sorts of educational content over there. Plus, I also have a vlog channel where I like to make people laugh sometimes, and that's called Z Vlog. So I'm all over there. If you're on YouTube right now, you can follow me on Instagram at site_zhad, where I show you my daily lifestyle. So maybe it can motivate you a little bit. Maybe it can entertain you a little bit. How's my English? Write it down in the comments. And how do you guys have any questions? Let's see. Okay, so Fatima Zora joined. Muhammad, I saw you guys yesterday, right? So it feels amazing that you guys have tuned in. Milan, love you lots. Thank you so much. Narmeen Ahmed Official. Hello, hi, hello back. Okay, so Anindia, one and only Simran has joined. Samir Hassan has joined. Who else has joined? Atal, so many people. Okay, Farhaziu, Sahir, Sarfar Saeed, met this guy in Cox's Bazar, really humble guy, man. Raheen Rex, bro, stop the struggle. Go get some rest. You're a human being, not a machine. Well, here's the thing. The number one rule of success, you always got to show up, man. I literally just came back from this crazy trip from Bonani, and I'm exhausted. I didn't want to be doing it, but guess what, guys? I'm here. I'm about to show up. If I can show up for you for the next 28 days, why can you not show up for yourself in your own life? Think about that, right? I'm not trying to make money from you here. All I'm trying to do is you guys have followed me. Some of you guys are my customers. Bikash Bishwas on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining, man. You're a superstar. You're a customer, right? So I'm here just to help people. As I said, I felt like I kind of went a little commercial recently, and I'm bringing back what is true to me and how I started, which is helping people. And that's exactly what this series is. And that's exactly why I'm super excited, because today I'm going to be talking about how you can set up your trajectory to stand out as an international student. You guys know what a trajectory means? Trajectory means your path, right? Because everybody in life follows a path. I'm on a path. Like I want to build $1 billion company. I have my ups and downs, but it has its path, right? I'm going up. Like if you take a zoomed out view on my life, it's like this. Even though I might be going like this, right now I'm going like this. There's a problem going on in my business. We're not getting a lot of leads, whatever. But I know it's going to go up because I'm learning. I'm constantly investing my time into making my business better, right? So that's your trajectory. So, like, as a student, you're going to have your journey, which is going to involve some stages. Saif, thank you so much for joining, buddy. Really appreciate it. These two guys, so I just want to share this. Obviously, at Connected Education, which is a company that I own, where we help students study abroad, I was able to somehow attract the genius minds, right? These guys really want to become successful. And we have two of the most driven and successful people now tuned into my YouTube. So Bikash and Sayed, you guys are absolutely amazing. And I'll tell you, you guys are going to be the most rich, famous, and successful customers that we have at Connected. So thank you for joining. Super excited that you guys are investing your time into learning what I'm about to share. So, coming back to your trajectory, the very first thing, okay, I'm going to make it short today, 20 minutes, no longer than that. The very first thing that you need to consider in your trajectory, you got to ask yourself who you are. I know it's pretty simple, but let me ask you this. If you didn't right now have to introduce yourself by your name, okay, so let's say your name is Yusuf Sinha, because you are someone who has joined this session, right? So let's say you're Yusuf Sinha. If you were not to go around and introduce yourself as Yusuf Sinha, what would be your autobiography right now? What would be your preface if you were to write a book right now? For example, let's go with me. If I were to talk about me and summarize myself, like I'm literally making it, I'm a driven individual who possesses extremely skilled marketing skills, okay, or extremely expert marketing skills. I have proven that I can get attention online. I have made money in the past as a successful as an international student, and I made a lot of money. I worked with global organizations in the past, and but what really defines me is my passion to become extremely successful, stand out in a crowd, and make noise and make a name for myself. That's my preference. Like that's what my MO is. I want to be a billionaire in the long term, and I'm willing to work hard. Right? Somebody says like, Z, you're not a machine. Go take some rest. But that's the thing. I'm a machine because I just like working hard. Right? So you guys have to ask yourself, like, if you were to define you right now, who are you? And the problem is, it's not a lot of people invest time into really thinking, like, who am I? And if you're thinking you're always being tricked by people, you're always being manipulated by people, and if you're always being disappointed by people, it's because you don't know yourself yet. Okay? Like when I'm dating anybody, when I'm making friends, I'm very specific about who I want to hang out with and how they're going to impact my life. Right? And that's why I'm very selective with the people that I surround myself with. I'm not going to surround myself with stupid people who's going to take energy away from me. I want to surround myself with people who are going to add energy. And you will know that when you know yourself. You need to know what makes you tick, what gives you energy, what takes away energy. If you're an introvert, being surrounded by people may take energy away from you. But if you're an extrovert, you need to be surrounded with people all the time. So your lifestyle changes and adapts based on who you are. So take a piece of paper. That's going to be your action item, okay? Take a piece of paper, just take away everything, clear your mind, okay? And write down who I am based on what I have done. What am I passionate about? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to be? Okay? That's what you got to write down because that's exactly what I did before I moved to Canada. I was very clear on who I was. I knew exactly who I was. This allowed me to pick my friends. And this had the biggest impact in my life because the people around you that you surround yourself with have the most impact because they can drain so much energy from you if you surround yourself with the wrong people. It always starts with people. And I covered this yesterday as well, right? So who are you? Write it down because this is also going to help you later in the future when you're going for the jobs that you're going to apply for. Because then, if you apply for the right jobs, you're always going to sound more passionate. Because I knew that I was really passionate about marketing. You put me in a job interview to interview as a marketing manager. Oh boy, am I going to crush it? Okay, and that's exactly it. Now, know who you are. Number two, why do you want to study abroad? Is it because you just saw someone studying abroad? Is it because you're depressed of the current status of your country? Is it because you just want to get away from your family? Or is it because you just want to go connect with your partner who just moved abroad, maybe a girlfriend or boyfriend? You need to be clear about this because that's going to determine the trajectory. Because if you're just moving to join your partner, well, guess what? If you break up, you're going to be demotivated and you're going to be depressed. And the result might be that you might be coming back. So your trajectory goes like this, right? If you're planning on moving abroad because you just want to make a lot of money, if you're supposed to make a lot of money, you're going to stay there. There's this perfect alignment. If you really want to make a name for yourself, you want to be successful, that just makes sense. But if you just want to move abroad, for what? Just to move abroad? Then you're not going to get the best job. So your life, your trajectory is going to go like this, right? That's why you hear so many international students, they move abroad, wow, 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 and then boom, because they just never knew where they're going, right? So you need to know why you want to move abroad. Is it because you hate your parents? That's not going to go so well. So be clear on that and make sure you have a specific goal. I always made sure I knew why I wanted to study abroad. I wanted to study abroad to become successful. And whatever that takes shape or form of. Right now, my goal is to still become successful. So some people are thinking, see, you studied in Canada, but you came back to Bangladesh. Like, why did you come back to Bangladesh? It's like, no, man, I'm just following the money. Like, I might be in Spain in 2 years. I don't know if the money's there. I'm there. Right. So it's not like I'm staying in Bangladesh yet. I'm staying in Bangladesh. There's a reason. I'm a very family oriented guy. In Canada, I was getting really depressed because I really want my parents to be there when I am on my way to success. Because my biggest fear in life is that when I have it all, I will have nothing. And that means for me, my everything is my family. And let's say I have $1 billion in my account, but it would suck if my family's not there to celebrate with me, or my parents are too old to celebrate with me. So the little wins I have in my life right now, and the fact that I'm able to share that with my family gives me the biggest joy in the entire world, and I wouldn't be able to trade that for anything else. So I will move up with my family slowly. This is probably a slower trajectory, but it gives me fulfillment, and that's all. That's all it's about, right? So know why you want to study abroad. You see, like I know myself this well, right? Why did I come back to Bangladesh? What am I planning on doing in the future? This is how I'm going to build $1 billion company. I always have a plan, and you guys got to have a plan as well. And the reason why most international students don't succeed is because they don't have a plan. Let me give you guys a little example, okay? That's what matters. Mahmoud Perception. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's awesome. What do you guys think? Like, is this motivating you guys? Like, is this motivating to listen? The guys on YouTube, Saif, Bikash, if you guys are still there, let me know. Okay. What do you guys feel? Like, am I saying the right things? Does it touch your heart? Can you guys relate to this? Let's see. Um, please read my comment or I'm leaving. Okay, well, just read it. What else? Mahmoud's Perception wants to come live with me. Just in a second, guys. We'll bring someone up live. Then Said Iman has joined. Rafsan, Ifran, someone from my team. Awesome. Coolio. So now that you know why you want to move abroad, let's talk about fixing your mindset. Okay. So I was about to give you guys an example, and I'm going to give you guys two because I'm feeling generous. Okay. So the first one is let's say I ask you to make thigh soup, right? You know how you go into Chinese restaurants and you love the thigh soup, right? It's delicious. And I give you all the ingredients. Like, hey, you know what? Here's the thigh grass leaves, or here's the material that you need to make the soup. Here are the spices that you need. Here's the thing that gives you flavor. Here's the shrimp. Here's the chicken. All that stuff. I give you all the ingredients, and I'm like, okay, now make. Thanks, Bishwas, Bikash. Really appreciate it, man. So now make the thigh soup. If you're someone who has absolutely no idea about cooking, do you think they'll be able to make it? No. You need the recipe, right? You need the recipe. That's exactly it. Like you don't have a plan. So many international students don't have a plan. They're like, "Oh, I'm going to study abroad. Then I'm going to make money." Wait, but what's your plan? What is your blueprint? How are you going to progress? You have all the time in the world right now to figure it out. Then why are you still hanging out with your dumb friends? Why are you still watching a TV show on Netflix? Why are you still talking about dumb stuff with your family? Go invest time, man. Like, did you pick up a course recently? No. Did you pay anything? Did you attend an event? Did you attend a networking event? Did you try connecting with someone who actually lives abroad and got information from them? Oh no, you're just wasting time. And that's exactly what so many people do. And that's why you never hear a success story of international students. It's very rare, right? That's why most people are driving trucks. That's why most people are working at Tim Hortons. That's why most people are working at petrol station because that's the easy part. The hard part always needs a plan. If your parents are successful, they had a plan. Okay, you gotta have the plan. So now let's come to, so that's my first example. So my third point on setting up your trajectory, the first one we talk about is know who you are. Write it down on a piece of paper. Make sure you can show something off. There's nothing to show off. Like I can go on showing off, right? So I landed jobs in multinational companies. I was the most involved person at my university. I made a lot of money. I was the biggest media person in all the clubs in Ottawa. I was the first influencer ever to have worked a brand deal with Canadian universities, right? Uh, I got a big audience following, right? Then I got two successful businesses running right now, right? It's only been a year and a half with Connected Education, and we almost helped 67 plus students move abroad. We just had a 100% visa approval rate with all our customers, okay? Plus, it's only been a year and a half. We already got an office. We have so many customers that we already helped. Like, these are all things that I can show off, okay? What are the things that you can show off about you? Guys, okay, if I were you, even if before I moved to Canada, I was actually a school teacher at the school. Like you guys probably heard of Mastermind, the school. I was a teacher of grade 5, grade 7. I made my own money. I used to teach students and all that stuff. So there was always something that I could talk about me. So what is it going to be? Know who you are. Number two, why do you want to study abroad? What motivates you? Because if your why isn't strong enough, your trajectory is going to go down like that. It needs to always go up like that. You need a pretty strong reason up here to be successful. Okay. Number three, what's your mindset like at the moment? This is the biggest one. So, do you guys notice that so many international students, before they move abroad, they ask stupid questions like, "Oh, are there enough jobs for me when I move abroad? I heard there is no job. I heard the market just sucks right now. I heard students always have to work minimum wage jobs." That's such a losing mindset. That's a loser mindset. Guys, how about you just shift that perspective and say, man, I'm going to crush it when I move abroad. I'm going to get the job that I desire. Why can you not think like that from here? You're already settling. You're giving yourself the fear, right, to doubt yourself that you might not make it. That's the biggest mistake international students make. It's like, oh my God, it's gonna be so hard, huh? Like, please tell us the hard life that's over there. Dude, why do you want to know about the hard life? Learn about the good life so you can live it. Okay? Like, imagine if you're gonna go out and you're about to go on a date and I could tell you all the reasons that you're not gonna be successful in this date, and the girl's gonna hate you, or the guy's gonna hate you. How would you feel? Because that's exactly unconsciously what you're gonna do, what you're doing right now with your journey as an international student. So you can flip that switch and just be like, I'm just gonna crush it. You walk into an interview, just be like, I'm gonna crush that interview. You walk into a date, I'm like, I'll be the best person that person can date. Okay, just crush it. You're gonna move abroad, freaking crush it. Maybe yes, you need to build on the skills. Of course, you need to build on the skills, but just keep your mindset on the high tempo, right? Keep it up there. Because then, if you have it up there and you back yourself up with the skills, you're going to be unshakable. That's the foundation. That's the T right there, right? The confidence and the attitude, the mindset, the winning mindset, and then the skills that you just slowly go up one day at a time, one day at a time, and boom, you hit that and you're just going to be winning in life. And that's exactly what happened to me, right? I would walk into interviews thinking, I'm going to get this job. It doesn't matter if I don't have experience. I'm going to get it. Okay. I'm going to talk like it. I'm going to move like it. So that's what I did. So move with a winning mindset. Most internationals' mindset right now, because of the stupid YouTubers who keep sharing depressing things about international students at all times. I understand you need to know what it's like, what's real, but it shouldn't be depressing. It should just be like, be aware. But don't be like, oh, there are no jobs here. Guess what, man? There's still people out there getting jobs. Who do you think are they hiring? People, right? Companies are still hiring people. If you didn't get the job, means you just suck at what you do and you were not good enough in the first place. There's nothing called racism when it comes into the working place. Even if there is, there's maybe 1% of the companies that are probably racist, but there's still 99% where you can go fish. Okay? Now, other thing that really worked out with me when I was an international student is my power of visualization. I'm sure you guys probably heard it all the time. It's like I was able to always visualize me getting it. Okay, so when I say I was the first influencer ever, okay, who got to work with higher ed institutions, I visualized it when I just traveled to the UK for my campaign with Coventry University. I visualized it 2 years ago. I was like, man, I'm gonna travel. Like, this is what my life's gonna be. Like, I'm gonna be catching flights. I'm gonna be filming at universities. It's just gonna be fun. And I already saw it in my head. And Conor McGregor, who's like the number one UFC fighter, says that too. You gotta visualize. Every successful person always says this. You gotta visualize. So write it down. If you are to visualize what your ultimate goal looks like, man, like when I see a Rolls Royce, in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm gonna own that in a few years. That's what I feel. It's not like, this rich bastard just driving around, spoiling their dad's money, all that stuff. Just look at that pathetic loser. That's not how I go about it. I'm like, oh, wow, that's a Rolls Royce. I'm gonna own that. Oh, that's a great $2 million condo. I'm gonna own that. I visualize it. And it's gonna happen in my heart. I know it's gonna happen because I put in the work for it. And every successful person, the bigger you dream, the bigger the challenges are gonna be. And life is gonna prepare you for it. Because if you really want to get up there, man, you're gonna have to deal with some big challenges. So if you're not prepared for it, you're gonna break down. So life, God will prepare you for the toughest challenges if your dreams are that big. And if your life is just smooth, dude, you're not dreaming big enough. Okay? That's just what it is. That's what it is. Okay? So ask yourself, how much time are you investing into setting up that mindset, learning the skills or the weaknesses that you currently have and improving on them? Okay? Write that list down. These are my weaknesses. I need to improve here, here, here if I really want to get to my goal. For example, I was a nerd until grade 11. Okay, I was literally a nerd. No girl would want to hang out with me. No girl would want to date me. Nobody wanted to be friends with me. Okay, still people don't want to be friends with me. It's probably the hair. But anyway, right? But then yeah, I'm like, dude, I want to be successful. I need to learn how to talk to people. If that's the case, all right. If that's the case, I need to learn how to communicate. I need to learn how to talk more, speak more confidently, and I work on myself. You need to do that as well. Most international students don't work on themselves. They just show up to Canada. They're like, here I am, accept me. But no, dude, you're ugly as hell. You don't know how to dress. You don't know how to speak English. You don't know how to present yourself nicely. And that's why people don't like you. And that's why you don't have friends. And that's why now you only have Bangladeshi friends. And that's why you have only Indian friends. Okay. So that's basically, just a second. There we go. Am I still live? Am I still live? I hope I am. Can you guys see me? Can you write in the chat on Instagram? Because something just happened on my phone. So I think it's still good. Can you guys write in the Instagram comments, the live section, or the comment section, if you can hear me properly? It'll be nice. Okay, it's lagging a little bit. It's probably because of the internet. But yeah, it seems like it's working. Okay, here we go now. So that was the third one. Now, this is the one thing that changed my life, guys. So when you're gonna wanna be successful, there are two scenarios that you can benefit from. One, you have an amazing group of successful people around you. Your friends are absolutely driven, okay? They're hustling, they motivate you. Or the other side of it is that your friends just suck. They're just boring duckheads who don't have any ambition in life. They're talking bad things about other people all the time. They have no motivation. And if that's the case, there's still a solution. And to be honest, I was never blessed with the opportunity where I had those kind of really close friends who were super motivated, who motivate me equally. I just never had that privilege. All my friends, most of them, the ones who are close to me, don't have that big ambition. They're just very nice people. They're good at heart. That's what matters for me too, as friends. I do have friends, some of them who are extremely successful, but it's not like I'm really close to them. And I guess that's the way it kind of works with successful friends. They won't have time to hang out with you all the time. Uh, However, if I need to get my website fixed. Okay, if that's the case, look, you're listening to me today. I'm a motivated guy. I want to do stuff. So you can watch people who motivate you, which means you can have role. You can obviously have me as a role model to be a successful international student, but like obviously, if you're trying to make millions of dollars, you can have someone like Grant Cardone as your role model, right? If you want to have an amazing personality, you could have someone like Mark Garrix as your role model. I'll share with you my role model. So Grant Cardone is my role model. Like I watch his videos, I surround myself with his videos all the time to be motivated in business, to make more money, and all of that stuff. If I want to learn how to be humble, with all my success in life, I look up to Martin Garrix, right? He's like the number one DJ in the entire world. He's like the most humble, nicest person ever because that's what I like to be. Like that's my personality, right? I don't like to be cocky and stuff like that, treating people badly and all that stuff. Number three, I also look up to, let's see, I wrote my role models down here. So yeah, so I look up to Ben Francis, who's the CEO of Gymshark. He literally bootstrapped this company from scratch, right? And he grew this company to become a $1 billion company with no outside investors. It's such an inspirational journey. And this guy, since he started to now, there is no transformation in his character. He's just the same person he was when he was at zero and when he's now a billionaire, right? People change with money. These guys don't change with money. And I kept them as my role model because I want to be them. I listen to their stuff, right? So you want to have role models like that. Who else is my role model? Come on, guys, Shah Rukh Khan. Even though, yeah, some people hate on him for his acting and all that, but you cannot hate on this guy for what he has achieved. The level of love that he receives from people from all generations. Think of it. Who's got that? Who's got that kind of fandom? Who's got that kind of clout? Who has that kind of impact on the world? I don't think any other person in the entire world will have the impact that Shah Rukh Khan has. It's just impossible. Whenever he moves, people are crying. Like obviously Michael Jackson had that sort of fame, but I think after him, it has to be Shah Rukh Khan, right? So this guy who was an orphan, who had nobody to give him that runway, he built that name for himself. Like, how can you do that? Like, you need to ask that kind of stuff to look up to it and it be inspired by be like, man, like how the hell did this guy do it? Like I study them, right? I look up to them. I'm like, man, I want to be like that. Like Shah Rukh Khan has so many charity foundations you wouldn't even know of, and he doesn't even talk about it because it doesn't matter. He's not like the YouTuber who's giving out money just to get a few views, right? He's doing it out of genuine intention, and that's what I want to be as well. Okay, so you gotta have role models. Write down who you want to be. Based on that, you're going to be seeking your role models. I'm a humble guy at the end of the day. Um, like obviously I'm a bit noisy on my content, but you meet me in person, I'm just quiet. Okay, like I'm a very quiet person when it comes to social environments. Yeah, I'm confident, but I'm also a listener, so I'll rather be quiet and learn from people. So that's the personality I am. And that's the kind of role model I seek. I don't have friends that motivate me, which is why I rely on these people, these influencers who are my role models. I surround myself with their content. And now it's like they are my friends. They're there supporting me, motivating me. That's how you need to move forward. Okay. So that is what it is. And one thing I do want to tell you, your role models define you. If your role model is going to be Cardi B, it's not going to work out pretty well. If a role model is going to be, let's say, who can I name? If your role model is going to be the girl who said, "Cash me outside," how about that? Yeah, you're not going too far. Okay, if your role model is going to be like those rappers talking about girls and all that kind of stuff, I'm sorry, it's just not going to work out for you. Okay, so your role models define you. Okay, so pick your role models very carefully. So that's all I had to share for today. You have joined me for the past 30 minutes. I'm going to give you guys some action items. Take a piece of paper, write down, get clear on your why. Why do you want to move abroad? Who do you want to be? Who you are right now? And where do you want to go? List down what captures your attention day to day. Because if you go through my YouTube history, obviously you're going to find a lot of Kylie Jenner stuff. But jokes aside, you're going to also find a lot of business related stuff. You're going to find a lot of stuff related to content production, all that stuff. What does it tell you about me? I love marketing. I love developing businesses. I love sales. I love content production, right? So your YouTube history, your search history, what catches your attention day to day tells you a lot about you, right? And that will eventually help you select the program that you feel passionate about. Number three, set up a few role models, list them down. If you're not privileged like me, if you're not blessed with extremely successful and motivated friends, very close friends who keep you on your feet, then figure out some role models online, surround yourself with their content at all times, and you're going to stay motivated. Like right now, why did I show up? It's 10:30 p.m. I just came from Bonani. My car dropped me, and you might be like, my closest people know, like, why did I need to show up? It was already past 10. But I was like, no, man, I gotta show up. You know who taught me that? Grant Cardone. Okay. He's like, you always gotta show up. And when you show up, you freaking show up. I showed up for you guys today with passion, with content, and the intent to help. Even if I didn't have energy, I created energy in me to show up for you guys. And you guys gotta do just that in your life when you're doing the stuff that you do. If you want to get that job, freaking show up full in, full throttle. You want to do the research that's required. You want to build on the skills, be the best at it. Okay. Like there was this one time I shared this video where I kept saying we hate hiring fresh graduates because they don't come with any skills. So many people hated on me, telling me that, oh, like, well, you need to hire them at low wage. Dude, no, screw that. Like, build on your skills so that you don't have to get paid low. How about you come with the skills already, build on projects on the side so you can be like, boom, here I am. Here's what I've done. Even if I didn't have a job, guys, I was self-motivated to do more than the guy who has a job. Why wouldn't you hire me for more money? That's it. Okay, it's that simple. So show up that because you deserve it. You owe it to yourself. And again, be all that you imagine you could be. Okay, tomorrow and tomorrow's session, which is going to be the day 3 of 28 Day Success Roadmap for International Students, I'm going to be talking about the stages in your journey as an international student and the challenges that you may face uh, when you come across each of those stages. Okay, that being said, hope you found this video helpful. Hope it fired you up a little bit. And again, don't forget to show up. Be great. Okay, cheers, guys. Thank you.